Hello everybody, my name's Crazy Savage and welcome to Buck-Chuckets Piglins SMP, where today we're going to be switching things up a little bit. Instead of doing some builds today, we're going to be instead giving a quick tour of Buck-Chuckets and Piglins SMP. Before we get into this though, this tour will be in this video will mostly just be of my base and the builds that I've made, even builds that I haven't actually covered on the channel but I have made. But if you want to go into more detailed tours like Bacon's tour, Mr. McSquare's tour, and such like that, more around we'll get to those places just looking at them. But if you want to go into more detailed tours and such, I'll have their videos linked at the end of this video. But let's get started with our tours. So let's actually start here. We'll get to like spawn and all that in a minute. We're gonna start with our main base. Okay, so starting off with our main base, so we have our bridge walking over here, as you can see, and we go ahead, we walk over the bridge here, and we get met by a pathway leading all the way up. We actually should probably, now that I'm looking at this, we probably should start, making something like more to this property line out here, but we just haven't gotten to that yet. I mean, we're only a few months into this sub, actually, I think by now, 5 months, so we need to start getting to work on maybe some of this outside stuff. But anyways, that's not part of the tour. So we get we walk up the pathway here and we get introduced to Crazy Savage's town. We walk in here and we're introduced with our nice little like tree here with our lanterns hanging off. If we walk up here to the tree, we can see we have our lights shining out, which at night will allow the tree to like glow a good amount, especially with the lanterns. You have the cherry blossom leaves just flowing around the base, giving it a nice, like, cozy vibe. Okay, if we take a right here, as you can see, we have our 2 vacant residences. Where if we walk inside here, this one's magenta. It has all the things you need to survive. You can stay here anytime you would want. Anyone can go ahead and change the sign and just live here for a little bit just to get settled into whatever they're doing. We also come down here and we have the pink one, which same exact place, 2 chests, 2 furnaces, a smithing table, and a crafting table. So there we go. And then if we go back over here, we can go ahead and now take a right. Did I say left earlier? I think I meant right. Anyways, we take a left here and we get introduced to our horse stable, which we have Jerry, Timmy, and Alice. Which if we walk in here, we can see Timmy's all skeleton horse. He's over there all nice with water in his hay bale. Then we have Jerry here with his nice diamond horse armor and everything else with him. And then we have Alice in here who always likes to sit in the back. I don't know why these guys like stand up front here. But Alice in her golden horse armor just likes to sit in the back. Don't ask me why, but she likes the cauldron, I think. Anyways, let's walk out here. So we have our circle leading around, and this takes us to our home. Now, I don't go into the home much. It's a 3-story building, as you can see here, and yes, it is our home, but I haven't really been using it too much, just because we kind of moved out of our home recently, just because we've been working so much. But this is technically our home. We have our nice furnaces, crafting table, some candles. We have some more furnaces. If we go up the stairs here, we get met with a ender chest and a nice view outside. We can see like the middle of the tree and everything. Then we have our crafting table. If we go up to our last floor here, we get introduced with our bed here, and we get some like nice windows looking out to the rest of the base. Lawless's base, we can look out here to the trees, and then we can see like the top of the tree. So like here you see the tops, and down here you kind of like see like the middle of the tree. But we can actually go ahead and sleep here and then continue our tour. And what I always loved about this house when I made it is that if you go to the ladder here and you just watch, you see how it just goes from like super bright up here and it just gets a little darker and then it gets like super dark down here. I've always liked that. I mean, it is very glowing like down here because of all the light and all that we have. But it is very nice just seeing like how the rooms like change to like bright to then dark. But anyways, let's walk out here and then we get met with, if we don't want to go to the house, we get met with 2 pathways that take us the same way. This one we have a little curve here because of the housing, but this one's a nice path, so we'll take this one all the way down here. Then we get met with the operations side of the base. So if you walk down here, we get met with our nuclear bunker, which if we walk over here, we have all of our rules. I'm not going to read them all just because I've read them all like hundreds of times in videos. But if you do want to see, I'll stop here and you can go ahead and read them all as it goes down here. And then, of course, we have our emergency bell that we ring in emergencies. And then we actually have the actual bunker. So the nuclear bunker that's now open. If we walk inside, we see that it's all powered up, it's all ready to go, and we get met by our airlock door. Once we walk up to the airlock door here, it opens up and we get met with this nice, pretty nice room. But if we walk over here, we can see this is actually a bridge, and down below is actually a big pit that goes down, I think, about 30 blocks. So it's a pretty long fall. And we have a pathway going this way, which takes us to our emergency hatch, which is like a quick way down to the actual bunker down there. Or we have our elevator here, which does actually work. So let's go ahead and click this button. And if we stand here, as you can see, we get driven all the way down into the bunker, and you see it changes from deep slate to now tough. Once the elevator stops here, we get met to this big open room here. And as you can see, we have our emergency escape. If we did ended up taking it, it would have taken us all the way down here into a nice water here. So we could have taken a fast way down. And of course, we can always send the elevator back up if we need to, which opens up to like a little room down here, but we don't have to go in there. And the elevator would just go right back up. We cannot call it down as going downside, which means we'd be trapped here, but we'll get to that in a little bit. In this room, of course, we have our book here, which, if we, ever want to look through it all, you can always, stop here and look through. I'm not gonna go over this, of course, as I've already, gone over all this before when we made the bunker. But then you get met with two places. We have our emergency escape, and we have another airlock door, which we'll head through the airlock door here. You can see it's all powered up. So let's go ahead, we walk through here, and we get met by decontamination. In here we have a armor set for each person, and 2 barrels for all your stuff, so you can go ahead then and dump all of your stuff into these, and then you can go ahead, of course, and take your armor with you into the bunker. There we go, we're all suited up in our nice black and yellow armor, so we can go ahead and we can then walk into this next airlock door, which takes us into the actual bunker, because that was all just prepping to actually get into it. So now we're met to the actual bunker, where we're met by receptionists, which I forget what we called him. Okay, well, we don't have a sign here, but go ahead, we get met by reception here. He has his nice bed in there. He has all of his stuff in here to work, and he's giving out free bread and free milk to enjoy our stay here. From here in the bunker, you can always take a left, which takes you down this hallway where you have our gardens with wheat. We have all of our wheat growing in here for food. We have carrots. We have potatoes. And we have beetroot, which all just helps the bunker grow. And we have, of course, a nice feeling of what the outside world looks like with our cow and pig in there. And this actually takes us a whole entire loop, so if we ended up taking a flight back there, we would have ended up the same way. But if we took the flight, it would take us to the housing area where you can actually live in the bunker. Down here, there is 10 rooms going all the way down. Each room the exact same, just flipped. So this room's my room. If we walk in here, you have your own set here for some nice just bunker clothing. You have chests to store yourself, a nice bed, and a chest. You have some plants, and then in here, of course, you have your sink here. You have your shower, and then you have a toilet to go ahead and use the bathroom. Then if we walk out here, we can actually see there is seating out here too of each place. So you can go ahead and sit out here, either talk to someone, just eat. But of course, this runs all the way down, all the way to the end here. And then you get met by this wall. So that's kind of just the housing part. So now we have the more kind of industrial part of the bunker. So yeah, if we go over here, so this round the corner of both walls, when you get over to here, you have 2 elevators, an up elevator and a down. So let's go ahead and take the down, and it takes us all the way down here, where we're then met by this big open room. In this room, if we take a left, we have our medical room, which we have 6 beds for each person. Of course, the bunker can like hold 10 people in here. So if there's more than 6 people sick, they're just gonna have to probably get put into their rooms upstairs. But in here, we have everything we need. So we have bottles, blaze powder, netherwort, glistering melon, and health. All that just to make the health potions to go ahead and heal the people who are sick in the beds. Then directly across the hall from here, we have our power room. So this is how the bunker's powered. This nice room here, you see all the power in the walls. You're getting lava going up here, up to the top, and it's dripping into the cauldron, making more power. And then finally, you have the armory room. So in an emergency, the airlock door is open. When you walk inside, there's 6 sets of armor here, where you can go ahead and defend the bunker from any threats. So then we walk out here, this elevator going back up, which takes us right back to here. So now we can go ahead, go around, and we can take the emergency escape out, because if we leave the bunker, actually let me grab my stuff before we leave. Okay, so I got all my stuff. So of course, if the elevator went all the way back up to the top and you can't get out, you can then take your emergency escape, which just is a long pathway all the way down here, which then takes you all the way to a water elevator that shoots you up into the river right near actually the base. So it just shoots you up to the river just far enough away from the base that you aren't like intruding it, but it also gets you a safety if you can't get out from the elevator. Okay, so that was all the bunker done. So now if we actually take a fight here, we can actually get to the smeltery part, the more industrial part of this area back here, which is all furnaces. So we have a lava flowing across the top, some dripstone, some cauldrons to fill up with lava, and then we have our blast furnaces, our regular furnaces, and our smokers ready to go. We got some buckets on the side, so you're just ready to throw things in here and go ahead and smelt stuff as you need. Then over here we have our beacons, which we have 6 different beacons. I can't remember what all the colors were for, but all the colors do actually mean something, so there we go. But we have our 6 beacons here for all the effects. And if we walk over here, this is actually just a loop. If we go the other way too, it takes us to our pathway to our storage. So if we walk right up here, we can go ahead and walk up kind of like these stairs here. And then we get zoomed up the elevator here all the way up to our storage, which is a pretty tall building. I mean, as you can see, the building's like huge. But we can walk inside then through these nice iron doors or get slammed in the face. We walk through the nice iron doors and we get met by our storage, which we have over here, of course, all shulker boxes where this like a shulker deloader. You put your shulkers up top, click a button, it will dispense your shulker and go ahead and just zoom everything into storage and put your empty shulkers in here. And then you have all of your auto sorters going around, because that's all automated, all on the sides of this storage building. And then of course it goes all the way around. I mean, you also have in the middle here like manual storage of each of these places. But the auto storage goes all the way around in a loop here, all the way to the back, which if we go into the back room, you get met with 2 elevators, but you also get to see the machine in the back for the auto storage. But as it goes around this loop, you take the down elevator down, and then you get met by more machine running down, and it continues the auto storage all the way around here. Another like nice like U-shaped upside down U-shaped like circle here. And then it gets all anything that isn't sorted gets put into your overflow dump chest, which is sitting up here. Of course, you can take the elevators back up here, which would kind of conclude the storage area. Actually, no, we actually have this middle part here that I always forget about, but this is kind of our more valuable stuff. If we go down here, we can see this all of our valuables. So, of course, we have netherite, diamonds, oops, okay, emeralds, amethyst, all of that running down. I mean, netherite and diamonds are mostly stored in our ender chest, but all the other stuff I do keep out in here. Outside here, we do have our 2 lays out here, but if we want to get down from here, from our storage, we can take the trapdoor here, which takes us all the way down to our water. Oh, or I hit the side. It takes us to a water, and as you can see, actually past the water elevator going up, we have these two other iron doors, which actually takes us to our more like trophy room, throne room kind of area. Which if you walk in here, you have two pathways. Both pathways show pictures, so there's pictures on this side. There's some pictures on this side just going down, like nice like art display going down. And then it takes you to two more pictures, and then you have your copper, your chainmail, your iron, gold, diamond, netherite armors, all leading down to our nice chair, which we can look down the aisle, go ahead and look at everyone else as we sit on our nice chair. Which actually, with that being said, that completes the tour of the actual base, so now we can actually start heading to other places that I've built. So spawns that way. If we fly out about like a diagonal from spawn, you get met by this place with a big beacon shooting up in the middle. As you can see, it's kind of like all like flush, like kind of like rough land, kind of like the shoid kind of looking, the grass, all with surrounding a building in the middle with like nice emeralds and all that stuff here. So this is going to be the raid farm we've built. So we have all of beacons here to be able to like supply buffs. You have a bed outside and some like dump chests for while you're doing the raid. And then you go inside. This is all community too, by the way. And then inside here though, you get met by a villager here who sells just a bunch of stuff. But his main goal here is to help us with the raid. We can drink our ominous bottles that are provided here, and once we drink them, the raid will start, and we can run around this area and go ahead and defeat the pillagers. And with this, it actually also doubles as kind of like a storage. So if we go in here, you can see there's a storage for everything. So emeralds, totems, enchanted books, all the way down to things like redstone and arrows and such like that. Even on this side, we have some stuff. And then we also have a smeltery here, so you disenchant the iron tools you get while you're fighting. You put them up here, and they all get smelted down into iron nuggets down here. Which, if we have crossbows, we also disenchant them, and we go down this trapdoor here. Which takes us to a more lava area, which the lava can supply the furnaces up there, which we have buckets for. But we have the place where we can throw our crossbows if we don't want them. So this is kind of just like all in one, just kind of material, just grinding area. You can get a ton of materials from this place, which is very nice, but yeah. So that's our community raid farm we've built. If we look out there too, we have our kind of like our pillager outpost out here where we actually get our bottles full. So in here it's just simple pillager like killing machine where we can get ominous bottles. We put our tridents in there. Then we go up here and we have our like machine that crushes and spawns the pillagers in our AFK chamber all the way up there, which helps us supply the raid farm, which is actually really nice how they're right next to each other, so works out. And up there, I'm not going to cover it too much because it's not my build, but that is a creeper farm, like a gunpowder farm up there, so that's a pretty nice build too. Okay, so now we're flying out here. We're about 800 blocks from spawn. You might not remember this place because this was like from like episode 6, maybe 8. But if we go all the way out here, we can see this wasn't too much a build, but more like a nice adventure. But it is a farm, so we have this like little like cobblestone little area here. Which if we go inside, we get kind of met with this. Man, I have not fixed this up at all. I mean, I think still if I go down here. Yeah, if I go down here, oh no, I did. I actually removed the chest. Nice. Because I used to actually have a chest here from when I first worked on this place. But anyways, we go all the way down here. All the way down the water. That is not safe at all. We get met by a crafting table, a little room here. But as you can see, it takes you to like a nice trial chamber, which has been looted. I mean, we still have all the spawners encased in cobble down there, but it has been looted, and I have stripped the walls a lot. And if we walk in here, we have more of the trial chamber parts. So yeah, it's just a whole like looted trial chamber we've done, but it is set up for like here, like it's all cornered off like zombies to like get dragged down here to get diamond armor. And we have, if we jump up here, okay, maybe not this way. I need to go find the way. Okay, yeah, up here, if we, go this way, there is a door here which takes us to the more farm part of this where we can farm, trial keys, so we do have some just extra loot in here, but if we walk up here, we have, more like, farms, so if we walk over here, you can see those things lit up, and there's 3 of them in this room. So you run around and then skeletons spawn. And from that, oops, okay. Let me get back up there. From that, when they end up dying to the campfire because they're spawning in here, we then look under here and we can collect their stuff that they drop for their loot. And of course, we can always drink our ominous bottles when we bring them over and get ominous loot also. Okay, that one's still going. Let's see, what did we get from this one? Anything good? Ooh, potion of swiftness. I will take that. Swiftness potion. So I do wish this place was closer to home because it would be like a nicer like farming area. But it's still a nice place to come back to every so often. Of course, I don't need bones and arrows anymore at this point in the game. But still a nice place because you never know when you do need it for actual like farms. Ooh, we got another swiftness potion. This one, let's see. Do we get 3 swiftness potions? Or is it going to be bread? It's going to be chicken. There we go. Got chicken. Of course, I'm not hungry at all to eat the chicken, but I wish I was. Okay. But anyways, let's go ahead. Actually, yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's get out of here and let's head to the next place, which is not going to be spawned yet. We're going to get to spawn soon. I think it's going to be probably one of the last places we go to. But this next place I actually haven't shown on camera whatsoever, so it's gonna be pretty fun because yeah, I helped work on this place, but it was also like a team effort from all 3 of us, me, Bacon, and Mr. McSquare. So let's go ahead and let's head over to that. Ooh, it actually isn't that far. The trial chamber's right over there. I actually thought I would travel farther, but as you can see, I actually did help with this, although I never showed it on camera. I helped with one part of this, but this is kind of like Guardian farm over here, but also just like the mega like AFK farm. So this place is really cool. Mr. McSquare did most of the top here. I mean, pretty much all of this, like, farming up here. So, he pretty much made all of this design here. We have, what's over here? This is Dripstone Farm. We have 2 lava things with, like, a super furnace over here cooking away. Ooh, that's a lot of green dye. We have, bamboo all the way up there. And we have, of course, cactus and such like that. So, over here. And then in the middle, nether portal, get travel easier. Then there is an elevator going up, all the way up, which we get taken to like an iron farm portion with, of course, the iron isn't here because it was probably emptied out. 2 ever used it last, but there we go. So Mr. McSquare built that top part, so you'll probably get more detail on that in his video. But down here, actually, I helped build, well, one, I helped build these walls down here to, help with the Guardian farm. I helped make the design with the walls with flawless baking, of course. But I also helped make this part functional with all the water pathways going here. So the Guardians, you stand in a specific spot. They spawn in these spots and then they end up dying by the magma. And all their loot gets carried all the way to the middle here. Which gets, you can see there's a hopper down there. Which then takes it if we fly, or not fly, swim all the way down here. You can see, okay, it's been cleaned out pretty well, but we have prismarine crystal, prismarine shards, and rock hard, which is how I've been getting so much sea lanterns in my builds. We also have a conduit down here, which I did not make. That was, I think, Mr. McSquare. It could have been Lois, but I think it was Mr. McSquare that did that one. So yeah, pretty nice farm down here. Okay, so next place on this tour, we're going to be heading to the end because there actually is a build out there that I haven't actually shown on camera. Actually, let's take the nether portal actually, before I start flying and wasting rockets. Let's take the nether portal there. Which floor was it on? Was it down here? Yeah, okay, it's down here. So, I actually built something at the end, like, way back when we first went to the end. But, I haven't ever shown it, because I just never got around to showing it. So, I think it's just actually around the corner of the end portal. Yeah, this is also the nether. I think, mean, I haven't done too much in the nether, but yeah, we have a nice nether hub, which we can explore when we head back. But yeah, down here is our end. We go ahead, run through here. I really like the touch Mr. McSquare did with like the end like blocks out there. I mean, actually, when we walk through here, the entire end you can see here was like dug out here. I and Kill Robo, who's not on the sub anymore, we actually dug this entire pit out to make it easier to get to the portal. But anyways, that's not the part that I want to show. It's actually in here. So if we walk into the end and turn around, we have our path to the Enderman farm. So I've gone ahead and a while ago I built a Enderman farm here, which if we fly out here, which always freaks me out flying out here in the end. The end always freaks me out a bit, but we go down the pathway here and it is broken at the moment because the Enderman up there really like just shooting my Endermite down, but when it was working, it was able to give a ton of Ender pearls and a ton of XP for whenever I came here and used it. But because we have like better XP farms and I haven't needed Ender pearls, I haven't fixed it yet. So I'll probably end up doing this more off camera. But pretty much how it works is if we fly up here, try not to look at the Enderman, the Endermite kind of sits in the middle of this platform up here where you try and go down. So it sits in the middle, like on that iron ball right there. And then just like that Enderman demonstrated right there, they fall down. Oh, he just killed my Endermite, okay. But they fall all the way down there. And then when I go down there, I can then harvest the Enderman and get a ton of stuff, like Ender pearls and XP. We're going to actually, a little like spoiler for what's ahead, we're actually going to be doing some more stuff as a server in the end, so that will be coming soon. Probably not next episode, but soon. We'll be doing some cool stuff in the end. But anyways, let's go back to the overworld. Oh, it actually just took me here. Okay, so, yeah, we can look at that stuff later. Let's actually head to spawn, because that's actually the next place I want to look at anyways. Okay, so if we walk up bridge and we walk over here, we have our 2 builds I have made. There used to be 3, but we have gotten rid of it for a nice bridge going down. But I mean, that was just a starter house. Let's let's start over here. Let's start with the ominous shop. So we have an ominous shop here, which has gotten a nice update, of course. If you saw, like, I think I mentioned it in one of the videos, but it has gotten a nice update to the outside. But yeah, you walk up here. And I actually, eventually, I think I mentioned this before, but in case I haven't, I did fix the glass panes here to be orange, so that's always nice. You go up here, and you get met by the blue area, more like the soul part of it. Go down here, of course, you have your payment box, and then you have ominous bottles, which are free because we already offer them at the raid shop. Not raid shop, the raid farm. We have a flow armor trim for 7 diamonds. I actually need to probably update that to free. Cause, yeah, actually, man, I'll figure this part out. Because these parts are kind of getting, outdated just because of the fact that, we have a bank now. So, it's kind of a little pointless. But anyways, we'll get to that soon. Probably maybe in a future episode or off camera. But anyways, over here we have ominous keys. So, there's 5 in here. And then we, of course, sell trial keys too. So yeah, in there we have a bunch of stuff, which probably will eventually just be community stuff that you can just come up here and grab. We walk out here though and we get to our last community build, our last actual build that I have made, which is our community bank. So walk in here, actually before we walk in, you have like nice outside here going all the way down, nice gardens out front, so that's always nice, lit up outside. And you walk inside and you get to nice like reception area. In reception, you get met by Build a Receptionist, and here he's standing here nodding his head. He has himself a which fungus in this? Crimson fungus in a pot here, and of course he has his book to read because Bill likes to read here, and he has this nice painting in the background. And over here, of course, we have our ATM machines on both sides, leading down to a nice ender chest. Of course, I want to switch out the sea lanterns for something different, like fog lights, even on like different areas of the build, but of course we haven't gotten to that point, but it is pretty nice having ATMs here. You also got like seating here, you have pictures, books, flowers, and you can sit down. This is on both sides, so you can sit down on both sides, read, or look at some flowers. Then on both sides you have 2 doors here which take you to the same place. I mean, you can of course go back to Bill, but I think Bill will kick you out if you go back there. Yeah, look how fast his head turned at me when I opened that up. But anyways, you have the community vault here which takes down a little hallway here into the vault, which opens up into this nice room. So this side's all vacant, so I'm gonna know it. So we go over here and we have kind of like our personal vault storage. Yeah, okay. Use to store your valuables. I should just read the sign next time, because yeah, instead of just trying to think of it. But of course you have your personal storage, so I won't open up other people's stuff. But you have of course Miss McSwear. You have mine here. Space Marsh. You have Flawless, and you have Mabeb. So of course this is all here, so you can always use it, but that's not too much the main focus of this area. It's mostly this part here. So of course you have your netherite armor. Of course we have to put some nice valuable on display. I really want to get a nice silent shrimp on this soon, but I haven't gotten to that. I haven't gotten my hands on the silent shrimp yet, so I haven't been able to do that. But we do have community stuff, so anyone can donate or take from netherite, diamonds, which I've put some in myself. You have emeralds, you have gold, you have enchanted books, totems, ender pearls, and we have a trim in here for like each trim we get on the server. I try and get people to put them in here. That way you can always just come here and copy a trim. That way it's always here and always ready to go, and we don't have to fight over trims on the server. But we have it labeled on the top and we have it labeled on the bottom. That way you know what it is no matter what. You also of course have pictures up here, but that's more like the functionality part. Now the sign part is behind me, so we actually have in the bank, of course, the vault. We have the dragon egg say back here. We have a nice table here, then the dragon egg behind the glass. So I eventually want to turn those sea lanterns into like a purple fog light to fit in with the purple glass. But I think this looks really cool with the beacons on the side, the end rods, and the dragon egg sitting in the middle. All of that there. But with that all being said, that's all of my builds. So I'm gonna quickly do just a quick walkthrough of spawn, just flying over stuff. But if you want to go into more detail at this point, at the end of the video, like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm going to be putting some video like stuff at the end, just like Lawless's video, Mr. McSwear's video of the tour. If Space Marsh makes a video, I'll put hers there too. That way we can have all 3 links, and you can click on different videos to see more detailed tours into everything else. Flying up here, just a quick look. You have Lawless's base out there. You have Mabeb's base. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. There you have bridges. You have the butcher shop. You have a greenhouse. And you have just a ton of other stuff on Magic Mushroom, Miss McSquare's shop, his entire base. You have eyeballs, you have other stuff out here. It's just like a nice spawn. This server has gone together, or like come together very nice in these like 5, almost 6 months. So yeah. And we have some old builds going up over here. Of course you have that bridge taking you to the village. If you've seen that episode, we did that whole entire adventure a little while ago, not too long ago, but it's actually probably a little bit ago. And then you have spawn that's getting dug out here, so I'm not going to go into too much because it's more this mixed layer boss are just more like community stuff. But you have widow spawners down here, nether portals, mob spawners down here. You have over there you have, of course, like community storage too. And then we have like nether portals in the middle, which I did say I would show the nether hub, so let me quickly show it. So yeah, you have the nice nether hub in here, which takes you all to like different places labeled by signs, which also is being dug out like a ton too down here. And we also have other nether portals down here that takes you to other places too. What is this over here? Just notice this. What is this a... Okay, I don't know what this is yet. That's new from last time I've seen it, but... Oh, maybe it's a... Oh, it looks like a villager. Oh, it's... Mr. McSquare's working on most of it. I won't look too much, but, looks like he's doing, like, villagers on the side. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it looks like it's being opened up, so yeah. That's think that kind of covers our tour, so let's head back to base and we can wrap this up. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. It got a little long for a tour. I didn't realize how much stuff I actually had to like show. We got like a little bit more into Spawn, so that took up some time, but still, I didn't realize how much stuff I actually had to show. But of course, like I've said 100 times in this video, go check out Lawless's channel and Mr. McSquares and Space Marsh's channel. I'll link all of the channels in the description to go see their tours. We should hopefully be posting them all on the same day. Hopefully is the plan. But yeah, so that's gonna be pretty fun. And of course, next episode, we're going to hopefully, this is what I said in the last like 3 episodes, but we should be starting to make a new base, which I'm actually gonna start splitting us up into multiple projects at once, so that's gonna be pretty fun to get into. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, please consider leaving a like in this video, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It helps a lot. And comment any ideas you want to see, anything like that, any builds you like to see. I always love getting feedback. But besides that, I hope you guys are having a good day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.